You got to put real heavy fucking quotes around that. But like, I have always recorded my demos and stuff on just old cassettes, and like I had this old fucking horrible Radio Shack cassette recorder that when you hit record would also record like the sound of the things turning the tape,
the wheels spinning.
So it always sounds like a diesel truck is running in the background. But like, you know, I feel like just for me personally, having something on cassette is just like, it harkens back to the way that I started doing music. So I'm kind of happy to do it. And like, it wasn't even my idea to do it on cassette in the first place. It was my buddy who was putting this out, who was like, "Hey, you want a cassette?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it still.
So what year were you born in again?
93.
So when you were 7 years old, people were burning CDs with their home computers.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to point that out.
I'm not old. I'm not trying to sound older than I am, but like, I still, like, even up to a few years ago, I've still been like recording demos on cassette. So like, yeah, I just kind of like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I just really had to like, all I wanted to do was draw the distinction that, and like literally just for the sake of conversation, that you like cassettes for personal preference, not truly because it was the only like means of recording that existed when you started out recording. Because I think it actually says more for the cassette if we like make the point to say that this isn't literally like, maybe that's what you started with, but it wasn't like that's all that technology had to offer.
No, I'm not trying to say
so
that.
Like you have a preference.
What I would
say,
I'm
trying to make.
I'm sorry. I like we're talking over over each other for a second, but what I would say is that as far as like recording yourself, that is what was like available to me for the longest time. Like I know that CDs were much, more of a thing in my lifetime. However, like cassette recorders were what was more readily available to me personally.
Well, and there was a whole movement towards the cassette tape, even in like the late 2000s, like early, which is when we first met, early 2010s or whatever, like a lot of people got on it. So like, no, I'm not bringing up the point to try to, necessarily talk shit. I'm actually, what I was trying to do was highlight the fact that you had a preference for this, even though like there were other means available, even if they were more expensive. So maybe not available to you, but do you get what I'm saying? I just wanted to get it across that you're actually saying, no, I like the cassette tape. Like, I just like the cassette tape.
Yeah,
I do. It isn't as much. Yeah,
I do like it, and it has a lot of meaning to me. Because like all of the most like pure recordings I've ever made have actually been to cassette, because that's what I had.
Yeah, heck yeah. And I guess so. When I was talking about my Tascam recorder earlier, which is I think before we actually started up the episode, like that was 99, 2000, so obviously with my timeline that I had just laid out, like CD burners were around, but like I was recording on tape too. So I get what you're saying for sure. I'm not trying to get from that. No, I just wanted you to like really highlight the, your attachment to the cassette tape there, without making it sound about like an age thing, like, that you truly just have an affinity towards it. I think is what I was like trying to,
absolutely
trying to lead you towards talking about,
Definitely, dude. Enough about me. What's new with you, buddy?
I've got a topic about topics.
Oh.
Because, as we're here doing our podcast, and you're wondering what's new with me, I have had this I wouldn't call it a problem, but I try to seek out new things online and new ideas like quite constantly, and I'm always looking for like a new angle to understand things. And people who have followed the podcast for a while, they might have heard me mentioning "Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me" here or there, like at different times, because it's a show. I mean, I've listened to it for the past 15 years or so now, and I really like it. And what I noticed years ago was that they always had almost every story in an episode of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me was something I never heard of before. And recently, I find it harder and harder and harder to like listen to that show and not find out about something that I already knew about. And what I kind of have been coming to realize, and I've noticed this, I listen to the Dan Levitard show a lot. I mentioned that once in a while. And they talk about similar topics that come up on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And they all talk about topics that come up on like other shows. And what I kind of realized is like, it's Twitter. Like all the crazy, interesting, odd news stories that are available get filtered to Twitter, like to some degree. And then everybody's on Twitter, like looking for like news stories or news stories, you know, sure. And it's just getting harder and harder to be original. I think that's like really where I'm trying to go with on this, is that it's like you find something and then literally like the next day, you know, it's other people are talking about that same thing. So it's just, my topic is about, it's harder and harder to find original topics.
It is.
Not like we've been doing it this long, but yeah.
It truly is. I mean, to further that, there was a news story that I wanted to talk about today that I literally found out about because of a different podcast that I listened to. And that, to give full credit, I heard about this on last podcast on the left, Side Stories. There is a toilet. Someone invented a toilet that turns your shit into cryptocurrency. So that's real fun. This is going on.
I mean, there's a lot of investors out there that are calling cryptocurrency shit. Yeah. So, you know, it's
so this is going on in South Korea. I hope I say this right. Cho Jae-wan or Cho Jae-wan. It's something like that.
Don't even. I think you're going to do yourself more of a disservice pretending to know how to say it.
I'm fully admitting I don't know how to say it. I'm just doing my best. But all the same,
right? So I was saying, just say it once and like don't try to get it right, because you're probably not.
So he is this is again South Korea. He is an environmental engineering professor at the Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology in South Korea. And he's come up with a prototype for an eco-friendly toilet that rewards people who use it with a proprietary cryptocurrency called Gagul, which apparently means honey in Korean. And
honey pot.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought too. Like, you know, the honey pot up in from the Inuits and stuff.
Or from my closet.
Yeah, that too. So students at this college can earn 10 gagul per day for their quote-unquote contributions. So basically, you shit in the toilet and...
for their contributions.
Yeah. The whole premise behind it is that it uses a vacuum instead of water. So it's a way to save gallons of water that I think for instance, American toilets use like a gallon of water per flush. And instead of using water, this uses a high-powered vacuum to suck the shit down into a bioreactor. This toilet is called the BEEVI. So it sucks the shit into a bioreactor, which contains all the shit, and then microorganisms basically feed on it and produce methane, creating energy, and then for that energy, the toilet produces, well, like pays out cryptocurrency, and that is quite a that is quite a fucking revelation. Honestly, like it's really cool to see someone thinking that outside the fucking box. I mean, go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say I only have. I agree. It's honestly like an incredible invention, but where I'm getting a little bit lost on the not on the usefulness, but on the feeling that we've skipped the step. It's like you're meaning to tell me we can get energy out of our shit, and we're not thinking first like how to power homes or how to like actually take that energy and save it up to be used to like power things that we need. The first place we go with this is like, well, we're going to create that energy and then we're instantly going to burn it to mine cryptocurrency. So I'm just saying like it's amazing that we can get energy out of poop. I would just prefer that energy be applied somewhere better.
I think it is though. Like it's that energy is not fueling the cryptocurrency. It's the reason people are getting paid out in cryptocurrency is because they're harvesting the methane produced
I understand
for energy services that gets used elsewhere, but people are being paid in that cryptocurrency because of their contribution.
No. I understand that. What I'm saying is that cryptocurrency burns a lot of energy, and that's why China has been shutting down like a lot of the crypto like mining plants like that exist in their different like provinces or whatever. So what I'm simply saying is that like take away the cryptocurrency or the crypto mining point because that's energy spent, right? Mm-hmm. So if we can get energy out of poop, what I'm simply saying is instead of saying we're going to take that energy and turn it into money for you, right? Quote unquote money, because cryptocurrency, like, I mean, it's only worth what we believe it's worth. Mm-hmm. We could just take that energy and apply it to the power grid. We could just take that energy and apply it to heating water.
Right.
We could take that energy and apply it to a lot of different places other than applying it to cryptocurrency.
I think that is actually like in the grand scheme of things. As far as I know from what I've read, like the article doesn't go into that much detail, but I think the energy is being granted. Like you have to remember, this is only one of these toilets. I think that energy is being used to help power the university that it's at. So like
no, of course.
So like the idea was
you're using that energy.
The furthering of this idea would be that installing these toilets, more spread out, to multiple places would contribute to the power grid.
Of course, and of course it already is. If you were mining cryptocurrency with energy out of burnt coal or hydroelectric or even solar power or whatever, like that takes energy to mine. So you need energy to do it. So you are saving energy by using the methane off the gases from the fecal matter to sound scientific about it, to sound smarter than I am, so you are negating a power cost. What I'm more or less taking issue with is the fact that we always need to incentivize people to do these things. Like, it's not enough that there's a toilet that creates power out of poop.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but you need to get money out of it too. Like, it should just be enough that this toilet creates energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm like.
Plenty of motivation for me. Like, if someone asked me, like, can I put a toilet in your home that when you shit, it creates like renewable energy? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I'm all about that. Like, you don't need to pay me.
And I mean, You remember my place? My toilet used to create energy, for one